The 100K a year notary game plan, step by step. So this can unpack way more than I'm about to pack it out, but I want to give you guys at least an overview of what it looks like so you can get into the correct frame of mind. Because some people don't even understand that they can make $100,000 a year. So when they hear it, they're just like, whoa, $100,000 a year as a notary. When in actuality, it's not that crazy. So once you get that belief out of your mind that it's not that crazy, then you'll actually believe that, oh, okay, I can obtain this. Hopefully you follow what I'm picking up. Anyways, if you are new to the notary community, or if you're experienced and want more support and ways to get consistent clients, go ahead and jump into the school community down below. It's called the Notary Knowledge Academy, for notaries by notaries. We're always in there chopping, talking it up on group calls, sharing information on how we can get more business for our notary community. And if you want more one-on-one individual help, especially after watching this video on how to make 3 to 8K in your notary business without having to rely on only signing services, then click the link below. Me and you hop on a one-on-one. I'll comb through your business like somebody combing through a kid's hair for lice, and we'll find out what the problem is. That was kind of a weird analogy, but I don't know. It came to my head. Anyways, the 100K a year notary game plan, step by step. So how do you make 100K a year as a notary? First thing you need to do is focus on a profitable niche. Honestly, not profitable niche isn't even the correct term that I'm looking for. It's more so a higher tier niche, because all of these niches can really be profitable. It's more so high paying niche. So I'll put high paying niche. So one of the things that I did in my notary business is I didn't start off with a profitable niche. Hence the reason why I'm always letting people know, like, hey, if you're going to start off, you might as well start off with something that brings in a little bit more money. What I did is general notary work, and I just did a lot of it. So when it comes to getting to that 100K a year, you can win by several ways. But when I think about it, it's like, these are the biggest ways. It's by volume. It's by high payers. It's by reoccurring. Those are the 3 ways. And each of these 3 break down as well. Honestly, not all 3 of these, but this one does. B2B. And then you have custos. That's basically what that looks like for me. And to explain, if you're trying to get highly paid, if you're trying to get to that 100K mark, you can either do by volume, so a whole bunch of clients, a whole bunch of clients at a relatively okay price. You see what I'm saying? Or you could do high paying clients with high paying niches, such as apostilles, some of your loan signings, your estate plannings, your fingerprinting, so on and so forth. And then you have reoccurring clients that you know are going to keep coming back. So that's like tile companies, the estate planning offices, or any type of company that are in need of constant notaries coming. So for example, like tow companies. Tow companies need people that are coming sometimes. Well, not sometimes, a lot of times. So focusing on those 3 levers are going to be the things that push you out that 100K a year game plan. And it's more than possible, guys. Don't think it's like oh my gosh, 100K a year. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Don't think about it like that, because if you put it on a pedestal, it'll always remain up there on a pedestal. If you see what I'm saying. So first things first, you want to focus on a high paying niche. Like I said, that's going to be your apostilles. That's going to be your loan signing. That's going to be your estate planning. That's going to be your fingerprinting. I-9, and not so much I-9, but those other ones for sure. Definitely. So focus on those. Next up, you want to have some sort of service package. So what I mean is bundling services together, and that'll help you get like repeat clients. So let me put this here. Service package. So for example, when I do estate planning, sometimes, so like this, customers will sometimes call in and say, hey, I need to get a power of attorney done and a will. And they'll say something like a power of attorney, a will, and a do a trust. Or they'll say like only 2 of those. And I'll say, hey, do you want to do our estate planning package? With the estate planning package, it covers all the stamps within that package. It covers your power of attorney, your financial power of attorney, and your medical power of attorney. It covers your living and revocable trust. It covers your wills. and I'll probably say like one or two more things, and then let them know this will all be included in our estate planning package. And they're like, oh yeah, that's perfect, because I was actually gonna blah 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 blah, whatever the customer says. And then at that point, you're able to charge them, let's say $300, because now you're giving them a package deal. When you could package certain services together that like coincide with each other, then you're able to get more money and create a clearer picture of charging clients, because they know exactly what they're going to get, and it's just easier rather than just doing one, a whole bunch of little bit of documents. You see what I'm saying? So packaging your services makes it easier, especially when you're dealing with businesses, especially like B2B. When you have a package deal, they can just tell their clients what that package deal is, so that they're able to clearly communicate with their clients what it includes and how much the cost will be, rather than them having to call you and get a quote every single time for multiple documents to see what the subtotal for those specific documents might be. So package them together and just come up with some sort of framework as to how you're going to charge your clients. You need to have that known like the back of your hand, especially if you're on the ground doing a lot of this work, because it makes you come off as more intelligent, one, and more professional, because you know what you're doing within your business. You're not having to figure out each and every time what's going on. So service packages, extremely helpful. Next thing, I always say this, bundling your services. So when I say bundling your services, I'm really talking about like additional services. So let me just put this ad. Additional services. So like you guys will always hear me say, when it comes to the mobile notary world, a lot of the business that we're getting is not really, it's not, we get paid for the notarizations, but what we're really getting paid for is like the traveling. You see what I'm saying? Most of that is the travel fee. And on top of that, it's the additional services. The additional services is what's really going to raise your AOV, or average order value, and allow you to make more per customer within a short period of time, helping you to get to that 100K a year goal. So for example, every time I complete a job, or even before I even get to the job, while I'm on the phone with the customer, I'm asking them and making sure that they don't need any additional services. And what you're basically doing is soft selling upsells. So when you're letting them know, it's like, okay, did you need anything printed? Boom, they need something printed. You go ahead and add that in there, charge whatever you want on top. All right, do you need me to mail anything, priority mail by any certain time? I can go ahead and make sure that's done for you. If they say yes, you can add that fee on there. Hey, do you need me to bring X and X? If they do, you can add that service on there. And what might have started as a $100 service ends up being a $200 service. Or what might have started as a $100 service is now a $75 service. And when you look at that in a week span, you're making money. You're making more money. But so many people are focused on only the travel fee, or they're just focused on, oh, notaries don't make that much. They only make $5 to $20. If you're thinking about it like that, of course you're not going to make any money. It'll be almost physically impossible to hit that 100K a year, just to continue doing $10 assignments. So don't think about it like that. Think about being creative as possible, which that's all entrepreneurship and business is being creative as possible and finding other ways to provide them value that happens to cost. So for me, mailing out these documents for you provides value to you, and I just happen to add it. That happens to be an extra cost. You see what I'm saying? Little things like those little tips and tricks are going to be the things that just slowly help you close the gap between where you are and making that $100,000 a year. Next up, your local and your digital presence is going to be extremely important. So I'll just put that here for you. Local. Oh, I put low owl. Local and digital. Why my pen just stopped? Oh, there it is. Local and digital presence. Boop, 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 boop. If y'all know me, y'all know my handwriting is crazy. Presence. So with your local and digital presence, you have to have this on point, because this is going to allow you to bring clients in, bring customers in without having a cold call, without having an email, and without having to rely on signing services. Don't get me wrong. When it comes to me in my business, I say that you want to make sure that you're positioned so that you're getting customers from multiple angles. So I personally talk a lot of smack about signing services sometimes, because as a notary, if you're only having to rely on them and you're not able to feed yourself, you're never really going to get to that next level. how can you continue to grow while only being able to eat when someone feeds you? So I think it's very imperative and very important for you to understand how to have that digital and that local presence on your own, so that way you are attracting customers rather than having customers being sent to you. So that's basically my whole ordeal. That's the thing that I want you guys to understand. Your local and your digital presence needs to be on point, whether that may be your website, whether that may be you running ads, whether that may be your on the ground footwork that you're doing through guerrilla marketing. These are the things that's going to be extremely important. So when I talk about number four is basically just using the NHS. If you don't know what the NHS is, it's the notary hybrid system. It's a system that I created while I was broke, and it allows you to bring in customers without having to rely on signing services. There's a video in here that teaches it, but most of the information I teach via one-on-one. So if you're interested in a one-on-one, click on the link below. And I also teach it through the school community, which is in the link below as well. It's the Notary Knowledge Academy, 100% free. Teaches you how to grow as a notary, get consistent clients, and how to scale your business. So go ahead and jump into that chat. If you get accepted, you'll be in the chat. But most likely, I'll look out for you guys. You know, you might be cool, so I'll let you in the group, I guess. But yeah, your local and your digital presence needs to be on point. What I think about is you want to be known as, oh, that's the notary for this neighborhood. Oh, he's a top dog notary. I always see him everywhere. You know, sometimes when you're driving around and you see those realtor signs and you're driving through houses and they got a sign like in everybody's yard, they have a lock on their local community. They know exactly what they're doing. You're going to become so familiarized with their face that in the event that you need a notary, in the event that you need a realtor, you're going to remember them if you don't already have your previous realtor. You kind of want to be doing the same thing in the notary world. You want to be at all your local business events, such as your Chamber of Commerce, etc. And then you also need to make sure that your on-the-ground presence looks good as well, so that people are associating whatever county you're in with you. Oh yeah, he's the notary that's always here. I always see him working. That's the notary you want to be. That's what's going to build you up. Next up is going to be automating your systems. So when my coaching students work with me one-on-one, the biggest thing I help them out with, like 90% of the times, is their systems. I'm a systems guy because I understand that the stronger your system is, the easier it is to reach your goal of 100K. So you can do it through grit work, through grinding out, just working hard and trying to get there. You can get there, but it'll be a lot better if you just have a system. You turn the system on, and then it starts kicking you out leads. And then when the leads come in, they have a flow that they go through, which allows you to provide the best quality service that you can to those clients without you having to worry about every minute detail. For example, you remembering to send them a receipt, or you remembering to follow up with them, or you asking them to do a review. You see what I'm saying? Things like that you want to have automated, or you reminding them that they have an appointment, which lowers your dispute rates and raises the amount of revenue you make. So automating your systems is like extremely pivotal on getting to that 100K a year as a notary. That's extremely pivotal because it makes everything a lot smoother. And when you can just lean on your system, you can enjoy life a little bit more because you as a person is focusing on the system and the system is taking care of you. Don't be the system, create the system, or adopt somebody else's system and have that working. So these are the game plans. These 5 things can help you alone. This can go a lot deeper if you guys chop it up with me or book on a call or hop into the community. We can go even deeper on things, but this is what you need to understand. And just understand that when it comes to these 3 things right here, your volume, your high payers, and your reoccurring, that's going to be where the money's coming in. So anyways, this is your game plan on how to get to 100K a year as a notary, step by step. If you guys want some more direct information, or you feel like you want somebody to focus on your business and comb through it and do some one-on-ones, go ahead and click on the link below. Schedule a call with me. We can hop on a call. Or if you just want to talk casually, talk to other notaries in the community that's for notaries, by notaries, click on that link below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Peace, love, and your boy Knowledge is out.